Oh, no.
¿Color iba a usar, Tino? Rojo o amarillo.
No.
Blanco. Estos son azul. Mira, Francis, uniformes azules. Están ahí en la banca los uniformes azules. Usan blanco con azul.
Estos son azules.
Well, it's actually at 5.6.
Amarillo, verde o rojo, yo. Amarillo está bien.
Well, I think it is. How are we starting this? They start talking in the weekend? Okay, so what do you have in mind? They start talking in the weekend?
No. We pan and then they start talking.
Okay.
We pan and then actually you do it. So you pan and you cue and I will watch your He's gonna pan the field, swing over here, cue me and we'll go.
Do you want me to pan to the right at all, or just?
Okay, we're ready.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Capital City Soccer Complex in Salem, Oregon. We're here today for the second Oregon Open Cup Finals. We had a finals last year, the original Oregon Open Cup. That was won by FCM Portland and their head coach Sergio Medel. This time, the finals, both these teams have won 2 games to get here. They won a quarterfinal game and a final. It is PDX FC. Round 1, they beat IPS 4-0. Round 2, they beat Peronis 2-0. And then it's OVF Alliance. Round 1, they beat Narit 5-1, and they also won last week against Porto. For sake of brevity, we'll call these two teams PDX and Alliance. That'll make it easier for us. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'm the play-by-play announcer. Working with me, Steve Storlie, former international player, former NCAA head coach. This is a production of Oregon Sports Beat. Our executive producer is Ryan Johnson. And Steve, great working with you again tonight. You've seen both these teams out on the field. Of course, nerves and tensions are up a little bit. How do these two teams look, and what's their strengths?
Yeah, so thanks, Dave. It's been a fun tournament. It's a beautiful night, sun setting, temperatures right for soccer. Both teams, when you look at them, are the right teams to be here. They deserve to be here. Very, very evenly matched up in many ways. Both very technical teams, very well coached and disciplined. One of the key things I would say with Coach Hoffman over at Alliance, OVF Alliance, is a lot of these guys have grown up together in the Corvallis or the Albany area together. They're used to playing together tactically. They've got chemistry, and you saw that early on in the early games where they're just walking through teams. Whereas with PDX FC, you've got a lot of very experienced players, one in the international Cuban international Daniel Saez, and I think that what we're going to see tonight is two evenly matched teams duke it out when they're going to battle. I think the game will be won or lost probably in the midfield.
All right, we're going to give you the starting lineups, and I'm going to give you OVF Alliance. Steve will give you PDX. Before I give you the starting lineup, though, for OVF, 4 of their players, Steve, are not going to play tonight.
Right.
Including John Cerna, the big striker up front,
right,
will be missed. Stuart Eshelman, who got a goal last week.
Yeah, very nice goal.
In the win. Martin Koch, and I'm trying to remember the fourth one. You got it there, I think.
Anyway. We're missing out on Sam Tweeten, one of their standouts.
Cerna and Eshelman are actually injured. That's
Right.
why they're not playing. Tweeten, I think, is already left to go to college.
Right, and then we had one player, a family emergency, that took him away from the match.
All right, here's the starters for OVF Alliance. In goal is Roman Gabriel, Max Hayes, number 2. 8 is Nicky DuPoint. 9 is Nick Ballinger, who's been very good. 10 is Levan Zavidzi. 11 is Carlos Reyes. 14, Tommy Case. 24, Avery Whipple. 26, Alex Segovia. 28, Tamar Zavidzi. 30, Igor Habenya. And that's the starters. How about the starters for PDX?
Yeah, for PDX, you've got Zach Nelson in the nets. At the left back, Andrew Nunez. We're going to see Jesse Garcia playing the 10 in the center of the midfield. Look for him.
By the way, he had a goal. Garcia's had a goal in the tournament.
Yeah, but been a real just bumblebee finding the ball everywhere. You're going to see at the right wing, Alan Gaitan. Right back, playing with him is Moy Diaz. Center back will be Jose Benavides. Also playing at center back is Keller Storlie. Your number 8 will be Gabe Parrish. That's a bit of a change. He was coming off the right wing. Today he's going to be playing the number 8, coming into the midfield. Left wing is Nick Scardina from the University of Washington. Huskies, wonderful program up there. Look for him to attack on the wing, coming in from the left, heading to the right, trying to score goals and take players on. Nick Evans will be your number 9, your starter up top. Very talented player, likes to play underneath the back line and see if he can connect players. Daniel Saez, watch him. He controls the tempo of the game. He is he's going to be your number 6 or your holding center midi, but he's a big presence. You can't miss him at 6'4". That's our lineup.
All right, at the end of the game, of course, we'll have a champion. We'll have a winner. We'll talk at the end of the game a little bit. And Steve and I are going to pick a tournament MVP, and hopefully we can get them up here and talk to them for a couple of minutes. A couple of people right off the top, Daniel Saez, who we mentioned, who's played very well in the middle. For OVF Alliance, I really am impressed with Nick Ballinger. We made him our player of the last game, and he had a couple of goals.
He did. He's tireless. I think we saw earlier in the tournament coming from OVF Alliance, Samir Zavidzi had two beautiful goals, 2 half volleys that changed the game. So we'll see which one. I think the attacking 3 we want to watch for OVF Alliance. His brother will be joining him. Those 2 are used to playing with each other. But I think you want to watch today Tamir. I think he's your danger man because he takes all their set pieces. Daniel Saez, I'd like to see him have more of a presence. The next guy I think that we've got to watch is Nick Scardina. He loves the ball at his feet. He loves taking guys on. He's got a great first step, and if he can beat a guy down the wing, I think that's going to create havoc for the Alliance.
All right, great matchups that we've talked about. One of the people that I'm trying to remember, Zavidzi.
Yeah.
You mentioned that he had scored 35 goals at Corbin 1 year. That's amazing. He's not scored yet in this tournament, so we'll wait and see about that.
So he's my math, I underestimated him. 39 goals, 3-time college All-American, the NAIA. Georgian Russian player, family obviously. His dad played the game, but he and his brother will be matched up today. Whereas you have, I think today it'll be very interesting to see. There's so many different weapons that comes out of OVF Alliance. There could be a number of different guys that give you goals. I'd be watching Zavidzi.
All right, this is the 2nd annual Oregon Open Cup Final. I want to tell you about another event coming up here at Oregon Sports Beat. It's the 1st annual Northwest Futsal Derby. It's August the 15th in Portland. The best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington will square off in an outdoor setting to crown the regional champion. For more information, go to www.oregonsportsbeat.com/NWFD. Steve, we're just about ready to go.
All right, so a couple things just speaking to their coaches. One of the things Coach Hoffman from OVF Alliance said is he wants to see his team be defensively very, very disciplined. Tactically, they are used to playing together. I think you're going to see them press high up the field. Mentality and focus in a bigger game. I think both teams are going to raise their level, but he thinks the game's going to be won or lost on the wings or right up the middle of the park in individual battles. Watch Avery Whipple. He likes to spray the ball for OVF Alliance. Very, very capable player. Doesn't do anything too fancy, but finds other players. Over with PDX FC, coach speaking to coach over there, what he said is, look, we look to build through the lines. We want our center backs and Keller Storlie, who's playing over in Spain for his third year, to find Daniel Saez and let those two sort of bounce the ball back and forth and see if they can break lines and be patient. And even though they're coming against a very high press, which we have open subs today, collegiate subs, so you're going to see, I think, OVF's Alliance sub quite a bit to keep the tempo high, where that may not be the case. I think you'll just see a normal substitution pattern with PDX. But coming back to Coach Babson with PDX, he said, we want to build, we want to be patient, we want to fill these guys out, and then get the ball to our talented players. I love Jesse Garcia. He's all over the field. He's trying to connect players, and then up on the wings, getting the balls out to Alan Gaitan and Nick Scardina, I think, is going to be crucial. They'll look to take guys inside, outside, and try and whip balls in. Set pieces are always big in these games. You've got Saez and Storlie, 6'4", 6'2", and then over with PDX, over with Alliance, you've got in the back the big man, the center back, 6'3". Scored a nice goal early on in the tournament.
All right, looking down on the field, OVF Alliance, they are in the blue with the white shorts, gold lettering on the back. PDX FC is in the black uniforms with the white letters. OVF will move from our right to our left. PDX will move from our left to our right. In goal for PDX is Zach Nelson, number 0. In goal for OVF Alliance is also number 0, Roman Gabriel. For those of you who haven't been with us on the quarterfinals or the semifinals, you might have heard us say before, well, you wouldn't have heard us say before, you hadn't been with us, but number 21 for PDX, that is Keller Storlie. That is our colorman Steve Storlie's son, headed to Spain to play in the league in Spain.
Yeah, he's playing over in the Juvenile A level, which is the U19 Academy level, banging, every weekend against your Real Madrid and Atletico. It's been great for him to, be put under pressure as a local kid, getting over there and being challenged. Watch again, I mentioned set pieces. Watch number 2 in Max Berner Hayes. This guy is a beast in the air. And I think, close games like this, either you get a beautiful banger of a goal or you get some type of restart. In fact, oftentimes 1 out of 2 goals might be a set piece. So we'll see what happens statistically.
Banger is a technical term, right?
That's a newer soccer term. We used to just say he scored a great goal, but that's a more newer term by the younger guys, so we'll try to use it to make them feel welcome because they'll probably watch this afterwards.
OVF Alliance, there is a homegrown team. They actually have a total of 8 players on their team who went through their academy system.
Yeah, it's Luke Hoffman and his staff over there are really trying to create opportunities for local players to get out and get on stages like this, get experiences, and then maybe push on somewhere down the road into the USL2 or keep a high level and intensity for their collegiate team.
All right, that was our first free kick there, and it was on goal, so a save for Roman Gabriel.
And there's the patience we're talking about. Make sure you play and you find Daniel Saez, and let's play through him, through our center backs. So the tempo already, you can see, this is a very different level than the other games. Most of the other games weren't contested because the 2 teams dominated the competition. Here we're starting to see a real match where every ball's contested. You've got to earn your passes. You're not just going to beat 3 guys. It's going to be tough to beat 1, and guys are going to tackle. It's a much better style than the earlier games.
OVF Alliance last week, tempo was a problem for them early on, and you heard Coach Hoffman many times yelling at the goalie, Roman Gabriel, get the ball moving.
Right. Now, in fairness to the players, he had lots of subs and he was trying to create that tempo, but when it's 9,000 degrees and it's out on this turf in the middle of the day with the sun beating on you with a mask on. Let's not forget that was new for these guys with a mask on. I think the guys were struggling to sort of play at that tempo. They let the ball do the work. Ultimately, they got the result.
We're just underway. First half action. 45-minute halves here.
So,
open substitution, and if this game ends in a tie, we will immediately go to PKs.
So coach is bringing. Daniel Sayas subbed himself off. Didn't have shin guards on.
Again.
Yeah, maybe he's not used to that. There's a nice big switch. Let's see what Scardino can do to it.
Throw-in coming up.
Daniel Sayas back on the pitch. Cuban international defected at the Gold Cup. Normally we'll play either the 6 or the holding mid or center back. I would love to see him as a center back because of his size. There's Nick Evans, just a wonderfully technical player. Loves to have a guy wrapped around him, and you'll see him trying to find players on the as a target man throughout the game. But he can get a guy. He scored a nice goal last week. Get a guy isolated and see if he can slash and score a goal.
We have crowd mics very close to the field. You're picking up Coach Hoffman and Coach Babson yelling at the players. Sometimes when the players come in for substitutions, you can hear them talking right below us and talking strategy. So hopefully we'll get some of that. Throw-in coming up for OVF Alliance.
And again, OVF is in the cyan blue, as I think what you call that color, and the black and gold is PDX FC. Oh, that might have been a foul.
It was. We'll have a free kick coming up for PDX.
We also have some drag.
Are we close to a racetrack?
Some drag racing going on out here.
Free kick coming up. Last one was on goal, saved by Gabriel.
So I think Jesse Garcia out there on the balls. He's trying to bend the ball in and see if he can find his big targets in either the center back or in Daniel Sayas. Oh, it goes to the near post. Oh, that's a good ball. Tough luck.
Header right in front, but it was just wide left.
So nice dipping ball. There's a set piece what I was talking about. It's very, very dangerous when you have targets like that. And you get down on a set piece early, it can change the momentum in the game very quickly. You're starting to see OVF get a little nervous. Both teams have not played a team that's as capable as their competitors. So this is the first 10 minutes, a lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline. Guys get a little nervous. They're tripping, falling, and there's a good tackle.
Sometimes you get a fluke win by some team or whatever, but in this game, these are the two best teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I would say in the state, too, Luke Babson's did a good job of identifying young talent that wants to train and keep playing in the summer and maybe in the future. So he calls dangerous play on there, Dave, because he fell and sat on the ball. Whereas Logan Hoffman is doing a good job of just finding his local talent and maximizing it.
We're under the lights here. That ball went off into the forest. They have trouble finding that one. Sayas intercepts the pass.
So this is what I love about Scardino. He pushes the pace, he drives at players, he dishes, and now he's asking for it back. Jesse's going to hold it up, maybe build out through the top. Oh, there's a great strike.
And Gabriel with the save. Gets rid of the ball quickly. That's what Hoffman wanted him to do last week.
I remember watching Nick Scardini in the academy, and they had him as a right back, and they've had him in a lot of different positions. But I love him coming on the left, taking guys onto his right, using his pace and pushing and challenging the back line. Oh, there's another good effort.
Jesse Garcia with that attempt, and right away, PDX is dominating and has gotten 4 shots on goal.
Right there, as I said, they're very talented. They're going to find their danger men out on the wings and let them go. Nick Evans does a good job of sort of occupying and bothering those center backs, getting the ball out to guy 10 and Scardino, let him take guys on. Jesse Garcia, as I mentioned, he he's all over the field. He puts in a real shift, probably somewhere between 5 to 9 miles if he's a typical center midi.
A couple of headers in midfield.
So here's the great thing about our seats tonight. We have got Nero's throne in the sense that we're at the 50-yard line. We're sitting up about 25 yards in the air, one story, and we get to see the midfield battle where the games are won and lost. There again, Scardina taking his man onto the byline, trying to beat him, break him down, and all it takes is 1 or 2 of those crosses, and the Husky has an assist, and the game's 1-0.
And this game has been dominated by PDX so far. OVF has not really gotten anything forward on offense.
I think that they need to settle the game down at OVF, play through Avery Whipple, find their center middies, and start building. And they're sort of trying to go at the pace that PDX is setting, and versus hey, let's play through Tommy Case, let's play through Avery Whipple, and settle the game down. Here we go. Now they're doing that.
Carlos Reyes right in front of us for OVF. He's the youngest player on the pitch. He's 18 years old.
So there's Nick Ballinger getting the ball out in the wings.
Ballinger is the threat. Ballinger and Zavidzi.
There's Avery Whipple just dealing it out wide. Let's see if we can switch and probe.
9 is Ballinger, 28 is Zavidzi. They're missing John Sarna in the middle. There's a high kick up and over the transmission line.
So early in the game, players are just a lot of nerves. They're going to make sure there's no mistakes in the first 10, 15 minutes.
Throw-in coming up. Saez on the defense. Storlie, I'm sorry. Another high kick. That's 2 we've seen in about a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see this game settle down, slow the frenetic pace, let guys just relax and start building. But early on, in a cup final, there's a lot of energy, a lot of adrenaline. Guys that don't want to make a mistake, so they're going to take the easy route, which is bang the ball up the field rather than settle it and play. I think as the match goes on, we'll start to see teams building more, stretching the field, playing through the lines.
$14 in midfield there for OVF is Tommy Case. Here comes OVF forward and cleared away.
We got to stretch him vertically a little bit, let the midfielders know we're playing too much in front. Turn them around just a little
Coach
bit.
Hoffman yelling, we've got to stretch them vertically.
He's asking for a little bit of depth, saying let's push your back line back to create some space in the midfield for Avery Whipple and Tommy Case.
Whipple, the 2018 High School Player of the Year in Oregon.
Yeah, really nice player. Got to watch him play in the state cups. Settles the game, very calm on the ball. Like I said at the beginning of the pregame, doesn't do too much, but does a good job of changing the point of attacks. Creating slowing the tempo sometimes when it need be. And I think we'll see as the game goes on, he'll get more of the ball. Likes to stay at home, sort of be that opportunity as far as a little bit of depth deep in the midfield. So I'm not sure what the break is. I think. Can you see that? Well, we've got
they're
a break.
yelling. Do they not have a ball on the field?
Hey, Carlos, you're doing a good job.
They have a ball. The player
Okay.
has a ball. I think they're waiting on maybe the dust to clear.
Forget the
Oh.
back passes.
There's somebody burned out in the parking lot, and we've got a dust storm going.
Oh, okay.
Let's acknowledge the little stuff. That's all.
2 45-minute halves.
I did speak with the referee, Andreas Salcedo, who's excited to do the center today. He said he knows both these teams are, very technical, skilled, talented teams. He's going to try and stay out of the way and just, hopefully he does that, be a silent observer, and he wants just to see a clean game. I think, both of these teams have capable players. They're different than some of those games that got a little chippy and rowdy. I think we're going to see guys focus on their soccer and their football, not on the other stuff.
The best game is sometimes the game where you really don't talk about the referee during the game.
Exactly.
Right, we're still waiting.
Every other time they win the ball in the middle, they go like this.
And I'm not sure if he's called a referee's stoppage of play. I did speak with Coach Luke Babson with PDX FC before the game. I said, "Where do you want to take this team?" And he said, "You know, our goal is to qualify for the U.S. Open Cup and do well in that, and maybe make a run for a spot for Oregon, and then eventually maybe get into the NPSC season. Finally, is somewhere down the road, if we have enough talent, see them move into the NISA League, which is sort of it might be the new third division in the United States." So Nick Evans there, just holding up the big center back, trying to find hit and connect his teammates.
Nick Evans, number 28 for PDX.
And so there's what you're going to see. You're going to see Storlie and Saez just sort of play, and he's going to try and find him, let him change the point of attack. If you notice his eyes are there, if you can't see Saez, he'll go back and he'll go out the other side. But the thing about the Saez in the earlier games is he does a great job of commanding a presence. I just want to see him do it for 90 minutes, and I think he's getting his legs. Oh, there's a good run. He got inside the center back there, Nick Evans.
Gabriel drops back. There was no shot on goal, though. 0-0 our score. We're just underway. About 15 minutes into the first half here.
So Nick Evans, I grew up playing with his dad, Mark Evans, who's a very, very good player. We grew up playing club and together. You said I'm an international soccer star, not by any means. Played a little in Ireland. Very different when I was playing back in the late 80s. It was mud and studs and dirty play. These guys are far more technical, much better players. I did get to coach at the University of South Alabama and Willamette University, local. Shout out to the Bearcats. Here goes Andrew Nunez. Now he plays down at Oral Roberts, and he plays out on the wing for former Timber and Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor went down to Tulsa and is building that program, and they had a great season last year. And he got a local talent in Andrew Nunez, former Timbers Academy player.
You can see the dust in the air now, and maybe that's what it was. But I also noticed a couple of cars just went and parked behind the net down here with their lights on. Is that going to do anything?
I don't know if they forgot to turn their lights off, but look, every soccer game is different. Oh, he's asking them to turn their lights off. The referee actually asked them.
He did.
Okay, interesting. I'm not sure what the COVID rules are, but the previous games we had hundreds of fans. Tonight it looks like they're socially distancing people, so people are spread out around the outside of the fields or sitting in the cars, but I'm counting at least 100 cars.
All right. Zavidzi there challenges for the ball. PDX comes up with it. And that goes out. Throw-in coming up.
So there's Gaitan trying to drive and break down the wings. Good win by his teammate, taking the ball off Zavidzi.
Ball
that's
in
dangerous.
front.
Great strike, great strike. On goal, sometimes that makes keepers to make saves. You get deflections. Good strike by Nick Evans.
And Roman Gabriel did come out and fall on the ball that time.
Yeah, he's been very clean on the whole tournament. Hasn't dropped a ball, where he needs to be, commanding his defense, plays off his line like he should. He's
no cheap goals.
No, he's done a great job of just keeping clean sheets and being consistent. Great tackle by Tommy Case there. So now we're starting to see the game settle and slow. You're seeing Alliance play through the lines. There's Avery trying to pick out a player.
The give and go.
Levon, touch the keeper.
And that ball goes out.
Early. Make a save.
So it'll be interesting to see how Gabe Parrish, number 17 for PDX, matches up with Jesse. He's been playing out on the wings and been very lethal. Coach Babson said he brought him in. He wanted to bring a little more creativity to the midfield and a little more experience.
Play at midfield. And that goes out. Throw-in coming up for OVF.
So Nick Ballinger, if we watched him the last couple of games, he runs all game. He's always hunting. Reminds me of a lot of Chris Wondolowski, who was a Division II player at Chico State, ended up holding the MLS record for goals, and he was a 400 runner, and he wasn't really that special technically, but man, did that guy work and just run and find opportunities for himself. That's what Nick Ballinger does.
I think Wondolowski still has the career MSL record.
I believe he does. It might have been broke the last couple years. I can't think of the name of the player. It might have been Sean Wright Phillips. I could be wrong, but
for the New York,
for the MLS, for Major League Soccer, yeah. Now he was playing with. I think when he broke the record, I could be wrong. He was playing with former Arsenal legend Thierry Henry, and if you play with someone like that, that's like playing with Jordan. He makes you look good, you know. He even said that himself. So
okay,
I'm not sure if he broke the record, but I know it was he had an amazing season. Thierry Henry commands so much respect, and so many players. You know, you have to double team him, and that creates opportunities. Okay, so here comes Alliance.
There's a shot wide left. This is where the Timbers U23 team trains. Did you watch the Timbers a couple of nights ago win a shootout?
I did. They finished their penalties, and Steve Clark made some big saves. It looked like it was 1,000 degrees. Tonight, here, our viewers, there's a nice slight breeze despite all the dust, and it went from 94 degrees today, and I think it's probably about 80. It's really nice. It's a perfect soccer weather.
PDX with the ball.
So what we just saw there, Dave, was, you know, you saw a big initial push by PDX, and then you saw the game start to change with OVF Alliance slowing it down, building, creating some chances for themselves. Now we're going to go back and forth, I think, for a while.
OVF trying to work the ball forward. They do. OVF on a rush forward. There's the ball in front and dribbles out of bounds.
So great run out of the back by OVF. They get the ball out to their wing. He flies by Andrew Nunez on a big, nice first touch behind him, and you know, creates a very dangerous opportunity.
We're about 25 minutes into the first half. Throw in. Off on a wing, number 10. That's Savidzi's brother, Levan.
Good win by Storlie. Nick Evans holding the ball up, plays back through his lines, through Gabe Parrish. He's going to be patient.
OVF 14, that's Tommy Case.
So we're going to keep our eye on number 30, Igor Hybenia. He gets shot out of a cannon every night coming out of the right back. And in a traditional 4-3-3, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to spring those outside backs, let them find space to, you know, take a guy and isolate him 1v1 or just beat him on the break. And, you know, Nunez is going to have to really watch that in the sense that he's taking care of that business.
Savidzi on the ball. What I like about Hybenia is that not only does he have some speed and he's very aggressive, but he's a physical player.
Yeah, he's not afraid. He's not shy of a tackle. Oh, there's a good turn. So you can see the technical ability out of and the patience and confidence out of PDX. Whereas if we're watching Alliance, they're going to just try and build through one player, let possession take over. There's a big deep switch to Scardina. Can he do something with it?
Storlie on that kick forward.
I think what Keller Storlie's trying to do is find Nick Scardina's pace and see if he can isolate him 1v1, let him take a player on.
Nice clear out that time. Storlie in the middle, kicked the ball away.
So this is what OVF Alliance did to the other teams. They sort of play the ball around, pivot around the top of the D, which that's that half moon on the top of the 18, Dave. And they're just trying to pick and probe and see if Avery Whipple can find a little nice soft ball over the top between the center backs, or maybe Tommy Case can find a slashing Nick Ballinger, or a slashing Timur Zavidzi. That's how they got their goals in previous games. Diagonal runs off out of the wings.
There's a corner kick and headed over the goal.
There's Igor Ibania again. You got to keep an eye on. He's a tenacious player. He's not afraid to stick his head. As you said, he's a physical guy. It was a nice bent ball in. That comes in, makes it hard on the keeper to step out and grab that. I like this style tonight. Both teams are this is going to be a chess match. I think this will be game that's determined by either a big time goal or maybe a set piece.
Both these teams, well, particularly OVF, started out slow. I think they were trying to fill each other out, see what style of play it was going to be. But now OVF has picked up the game, and it's very, very equal. There's a shot.
Wow.
Scooped up by Gabriel.
I think Nick Evans was trying to bend one there, and that center back just got his foot on it. But I've seen him score those. He's not afraid to tuck a ball in from out on the wing. I like that he's going at the keepers. We're getting a lot of shots tonight. That'll make, for the viewers at home, everybody loves to see shots and goals.
I've lost count, not 100% sure, but that might be 7 shots on goal for PDX.
So there's Igor Ibania again, making that forward run. Keller Storlie having to slide over and cover Nunez. Nunez is normally he's not usually a left back. He's actually a left or right wing, and Coach Babson's has him in there because he doesn't really have a true left footer. The 2 left footers, one went back to college and one was hurt. So he's having to fill in, and Nunez is playing a role he's not used to.
You were a left footer?
What's that?
You were a left footer?
I'm left-handed, so I was actually pretty confused if I was a left footer or right footer.
You are ambifooterous.
Yes, well, most of these guys actually are, but
Zavidzi with the free kick.
Dave, now I'm just happy if I get out of bed and don't trip and fall down,
Right. I used to get tired running a mile. Now I get tired driving a mile.
Well, as you said, you were a second baseman, right?
Yes, I was.
As a baseball player.
Yep.
1,000 broadcasts. What number is this? 1,000 what?
I don't know.
You quit counting after 1,000.
I quit counting after about 500. I just know how many seasons and how many per season.
So for our viewers at home, Dave is a baseball specialist. He's done 1,000 local games in Oregon, and when we say MVPs, it's being out here for the kids and for the players. It says a lot. You're my MVP. There we go. All right.
Thanks. The kids are the MVP. That's why I like doing high school sports so much.
Come on, Carlos.
Well, you think of what's going on in the world right now with all of the craziness, and I think it's great that we at least get some sports in.
Omar Dominguez checks in for OVF. Oscar Reyes checks in.
So Omar, number 15, playing up top in the blue, is he's a very handy striker. He likes to come and show the ball. I think he's a little underrated from what I saw. He was a real threat in the last 2 games when he got in. Nice win again by Igor Ibania. He's having a heck of a game so far. There's Avery Whipple taking his time, picking out players, seeing if he can drop a ball in the hole like that. Nice, beautiful ball with well executed.
Trying to set something in the middle, cleared out, way up in the air.
So I think what right now PDX has to do is push their line. They got to start. They're sinking in and letting OVF dictate the tempo. They got to get guys out and start pushing the game forward. Set their line higher.
First 10 minutes, they were all in the offensive part of the field. Now they're kind of all in the defensive part.
So if you're watching now, that first 10 minutes of adrenaline starting to wear off, and we're starting to see guys sort of standing more, playing in their space, moving the ball around, trusting their teammates. Oh, well, that's beautiful technical skills to get out of 2 guys. Are dangerous, but very confident. Here's Daniel Saez, way up the field.
Can he get a shot away?
We're still going.
Got all the way down inside the box. There's a whistle, though.
So referee and that calls in for after the play, a late foul.
Nice job of dribbling the ball down there and getting right in front.
Well, he beat 4 guys. Maybe he helps the ball along or has it go because he was right around the edge of the D. I think he'll want another look at that. But
it'd have been great if he had a winger down there with him, but he didn't.
So it looks like Gabe Parrish has dropped more and sort of covering for Daniel Saez as he goes forward, and that's the interchange you'll see with Jesse. The 10 likes to stay a little higher. Gabe should be playing the 8, and Daniel Saez should be playing the 6. So there's Nick Evans again, wrapping himself in front of that center back, connecting players.
Zavidze steals the ball away, 2-on-2. Zavidze still with the ball, sends it to the middle and cleared away. Throw-in coming up for PDX. On the throw-in, number 23. There's a ball in the middle.
Good idea. Tries to curl a early ball in, catch that keeper out of position.
Gabriel with another save.
Yeah, little deep. Keeper reads it, comes out and snatches it up.
Throw-in coming up for PDX.
What's that? So we got about 10 minutes left in the half, Dave. It's what I've got unofficial. Referee's got the time on the field.
All right.
15 minutes left. 45-minute halves.
There's a shot in the middle. Can't get to it. Cleared away.
Dangerous ball right on top of the 6. Both teams creating opportunities. Both teams getting behind each other. That's what you want to see out of a coach. You want to see your team penetrating to the end line and throwing balls in and making defenders and keepers make mistakes and creating those little knockdowns for players to step in and score.
Give and go. Gets the ball in front. Knocked away.
So there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Making keepers make saves. That Zach Nelson has to step up, punch it out, and
Nelson did that time. Jumped up and punched it away with his hand.
Yeah, I'd like to see him punch the ball into the wings because that's not where it's dangerous. Never right back out to the penalty spot because what that results is what you saw is their player steps in, has a volley at it, and just mishits it, but shoots nonetheless.
Goal kick. Zach Nelson sends it off to the side to Storlie.
So he's looking to see, what are my options here? There's a big switch to Nick. Good ball. Here we go with Scardina to see if he can take this player on. He's picking up pace. He beats him into the wing. Tough luck.
Nice job, though, by Scardina to get forward.
But if you're going to lose the ball on the dribble, you want to lose it in the other team's offensive third. You want to get down in there, and that's what you want out of your wingers is take guys on. If you can, keep possession, rebuild, if you don't see what you like. But I think that Scardina has a license to take guys on at this level. That's what I think Coach Babs is giving him a directive. Great patience.
That last time that rush by Zavidze and Storlie stepped in and took the ball away.
So he's used to playing in Spain. They are always pressing. They always play out of the back. And in his development, he moved over there at 16. We left our house. The expectation is you don't just whack it out of the back. You're gonna try and establish possession when you can. This is a new team for him. He's not played with these guys before, and I asked him what he thinks. He said he's really enjoying it. He said it's fun to have something to do this summer. He leaves us in 10 days, though, back to Madrid.
Now, when he's there in Madrid, does he have an apartment? Or?
Yeah, he lives with a number of an academy with a bunch of soccer guys. It's sort of, oh, boy, nothing out of the ref there. So linesman doesn't get it. Nick Evans tries to drive the byline. Probably
No call.
No call. Probably a good call. Hard to say unless you're right there on top of it like the linesman. Very close. Very close. I like that Nick's trying to beat the guy and force his hand.
Quickly forward, and Zach Nelson comes out and get that. Storlie had dropped back to protect because Zavidzi is down there. No score. We're late in the first half. The second annual Oregon Open Cup Championship, PDX FC and OVF Alliance.
Samoy Diaz does a good job of it. This Damir Zavidzi, he's a handful. You don't score 39 goals. He loves to make dangerous runs. He's pretty crafty in his running. And I think this is going to be an interesting matchup with Moy Diaz. He's athletic. He's hungry. He's focused. It's going to make life hard on Tamir Zavidzi.
That was a foul.
So this is where you want to get your bigs in. Get Daniel Saez. Looks like your center back, number 21, Keller Storlie, is going to stick a head in there. And Nick's going to either shoot. He's asking for 10. Now he's looking over at Saez. He's looking at targets. I look for him, Dave, to drop the ball sort of bent to the back of the 6 and see if he can find Saez.
All right, here we go with the kick, the free kick.
Max Berner Hayes has got a tough job on him. Number 2 for OVF. There's that ball to the back of the 6, a little deep.
And Roman Gabriel drifts to the left, reaches up, snags it.
Yeah, so you float a ball, a wounded duck there up like that. A guy like Roman Gabriel's going to come out and snatch it and say thank you very much. But right idea, just technical breakdown.
Free kick coming up for OVF.
And a sub.
That's 17 checks in. That's Gabe Parrish. I'm sorry. That is Oswaldo Ramirez.
Yeah, he's given Tommy Case a well-deserved break. The pace in the midfield has been pretty intense. I asked Coach Babson from PDX. I said, "Do you plan on using these college subs?" He said, "No, we're going to run guys and let them get a full 90." He said, "We'll sub strategically for a few guys that break down, but we're really not going to platoon sub."
Oh, a hard block that time. That ball goes way over into the forest.
Yeah, he steps on the field and lets the team know, hey, I'm here to play. Good, got stuck in, nice tackle.
Parrish with a kick.
So what I like about both teams, they're technically comfortable on the ball. They're trying to establish possession, build through the lines. So the pace is slowing down a little bit. For a big man, there's some nice footwork. Him dancing on the ball at 6'5". Gotta love it.
Still no score. Late first half. PDX FC, OVF Alliance. This is for the championship, the second annual Oregon Open Cup.
I believe there's a financial prize on the line too. It's thousands of dollars to the winning team.
I'm not quite sure of that, but
maybe not.
Maybe not. But there's a lot of pride. When we started this tournament, I was working the first game with Sergio Medel, who was the coach of the winning team last year.
Okay.
And he was telling me how excited the team was to win that. It kind of propelled them forward.
Look, a beautiful night like this after a summer of lockdown, these guys are fired up. They've got something to play for. They're playing for local pride, playing against guys they probably played against in high school and club and different leagues. And I think this game's going to go to the end to the last whistle.
Why, we got your son here right in front of us. Does he watch the broadcast?
He does, but he said, Dad, it's kind of weird sitting there. He goes, I got to listen to you at the dinner table. I don't want to listen to you on the broadcast. He said, I watch it. He goes, I watch myself play. And
no.
He said, see where I can improve. But he's more of a lot of 18-year-olds. He's a guy that's more in the moment,
Right. All right, throw-in coming up for Alliance. Up in the air, Zavidzi sends it towards the middle. Garcia knocked it down. Sai sends it back. Storlie reverses the field.
So there we see, again, PDX is just settling the game. They're going to find what they want. And ref calls play on, bit of a foul.
Rush forward. And Nelson comes out, falls on the ball right before, I'm not sure. Was that Reggie Reyes?
That was Omar
Dominguez?
Omar Dominguez, who's just subbed on about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Number 13. A little bit of a long ball. Keeper had it covered. Zach Nelson read it. Staying focused off his line, comes out and cleans it up.
Whipple sends it forward and goes out.
So there he is, sitting deep in the hole, trying to, pick those players on the wings, trying to, break pressures, serving some nice balls. He did a great job of that in high school. He's doing a great job down at Pacific.
A name we haven't said much tonight here in the first half, right there in front of us, is Nick Ballinger.
So, he's certainly tireless, but he was coming off the right side last week and into the left. Today they've got him out on the left, and I don't think he's a guy that he doesn't do anything for 45 minutes and then all of a sudden he pops up because he works so hard and he's into space. You certainly know he's not going to quit.
Exactly. He's being marked up there by Evan Hoover. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, Moy Diaz. He's a Whitman University player.
He's looking at the wrong side of the roster.
Yeah, very comfortable in that right back role. In fact, he's got a tough assignment in Nick Ballinger, and he's neutralizing him at this point.
Ballinger all the way back, takes that ball, sends it back. Now he moves forward. On the run, Ballinger.
How many fouls does he get to commit? That's 5 already. How many fouls does he get to commit? That's 5. That's persistent.
I'm just questioning.
That's the very definition of it.
They're talking about Whipple. They're yelling that he was the foul that time.
Oh, I think the coach is just frustrated. A lot of fouls in the midfield, a lot of guys stepping on each other, and that's going to happen. And he's pleading his case to the referee, as he should. Now, Tamir Zavizia, I've seen him hit balls from maybe 10 yards further and really can, make keepers miss and make mistakes. I look for him to hit a bending ball, dropping it out to their center back. He scored earlier on the tournament on this, Max Berner-Hayes. He's their big target.
Ballinger moves up towards the middle now, steps back to the left. Zavizzi with the ball.
So everybody's got to go.
It's in front, but nobody there, and cleared away. And that goes out. Throw in coming up.
Max Berner-Hayes, center back for OVF Alliance, is a 3-time first all-team conference at Willamette University, Seattle player.
OVF Alliance actually has 4 Willamette players on their roster tonight.
So having done the guys and the girls at Willamette, wonderful school, and the hard part when I was coaching down there is most of the kids had very, very high SATs and were a lot smarter than the coach. So it was fun to coach those kids because you teach them something tactically once and the next they had it memorized.
Willamette, a very, very well-distinguished university right at the Capitol.
So there's your center backs taking their time, playing out their wings, trying to break lines, find their target players up top, and just Coach Babson's giving them time to be patient.
Parrish that time with the ball, sends it forward, and PDX, there's a whistle. There will be a free kick there.
So the PDX is driving right at their back line, and sooner or later, if you keep giving up set pieces, sooner or later something happens.
Garcia standing there.
Jose Benavides is the other center back. He's going to go and see if he can stick his head in somewhere. So the question is, Garcia going to bend it, or you're going to see Alex Gaiten have a go?
Gaiten on the kick,
Yep,
blocked by the wall.
He has a go at it. Tries to hit the left-footed in-swinger.
Throw in, PDX.
So very different night tonight. The tempo at the other tournament games was so hot that the play would slow. Tonight it's nice and cool for the players, and I think we're going to see this go, you know, all the way deep into the game. Still 0-0.
All the other games we've had a water break halfway through a half, and we haven't had one tonight. So games moved right along. It is still 0-0. Tried to get the ball to Ballinger on the left wing that time. Taken away. Here comes PDX back forward.
There goes Nick Scardina. Oh, slips the ball back. This could be trouble. Oh, there could be a foul. And there's a goal. There's a goal. No, there's not a goal.
No.
There is a goal. What a great second effort. Wow.
Goal for PDX. On the goal was...
So that started Nick Scardina, drives that in, lays a little soft square ball into his teammate. Ball spits out. If you keep getting behind the defense, then you get a well-driven shot, and I'm not sure. I think it was Alex Gaiten who had the goal.
Fine, boys. Hey, heads up, we're fine.
Number 11. 44.
All right, that coming with the 44 minute just prior to the half. And you think it was on the goal?
I'm going to have to say it was, I think it was Alex Gaiten. There was such a mix in the scrum there. It was hard to say, but it looked like it was Alex Gaiten.
Okay, Gaiten is number 11. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we'll put that down for now. We'll give the goal to
we'll-
Alex Gaiten.
So beautiful finish. He strikes the ball, hits the crossbar, comes down, and then his teammate stays with it, follows up with a diving header. Coach Babson, who was the goal? Alan Gaiten.
Is that confirmed by Coach Babson?
Yep. Jesse Garcia strikes a great ball with his left, gets the assist, and Alan Gaiten, diving header, just a tenacious second effort.
So
Goal scorer. Yep.
the goal to Gaiten, the assist to Jesse Garcia.
Correct.
Garcia had a goal last time.
Correct.
1-0 now. Should be only about a minute to go here in the first half.
So that's a big goal. That's going to change the dynamics with Coach Hoffman for Alliance. He's going to have to decide, okay, do we stay with the way we're playing because we are creating some chances, or do we start to gamble late in the game and start throwing some numbers forward? We're almost to half. There hasn't been any injury time, so I would say that this should stop right at the bell, right around 45 minutes.
All right, boys, let's put a goal in.
All right, Ballinger moves more towards the middle this time, and number 2, Max Hayes, also moves there. Free kick coming up for OVF Alliance.
So I think you're going to see, remember I said Tamir Zavidzi, he's not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a knuckling deep straight ball, sort of like Cristiano Ronaldo does. He goes right through the ball, it dips over the 2-3 players, and then you're going to watch 5-6 guys collapse on Zach Nelson to see if they can pick up the garbage.
Zavidzi with the kick.
That's a corner.
Corner kick coming up. It was wide right. Corner kick coming up for OVF Alliance. 1-0 our score.
So Dave, if you're a defender in there and he strikes the ball at your shins at 900 miles an hour, you're just hoping that you know it doesn't hit you and go in.
Which is worse, giving up a goal or scoring an own goal?
I think in scoring an own goal, that the problem with it is your buddies rib you for their next couple weeks.
There you go.
Oof.
In front and off to the side.
So I was playing in Northern Ireland, and if you scored an own goal, not only did you get ribbed in the locker room, but you had to buy beers, you know, and that for Irish guys, that's very expensive. Very expensive.
There's a corner kick. And there's a shot and jumped up. Nelson tipped it over the top. Good save.
Exactly. Fantastic reaction save. Big tough bounce, but here is Alliance. They're not going to lay down. They're going to try and equalize here before the half.
What a morale builder that would be if they could equalize before half. Corner kick coming up for OVF. There it is, off to the side again. Nelson got up and tipped that over.
And there's the half.
And there is the half. Our score at the end of 1. It is PDX FC 1, OVF nothing. Only goal so far in the game. That was scored by Alex Gayton at the 44-minute mark, the assist to Jesse Garcia.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, Dave, I think that two very good teams just slugging it out. I think Coach Hoffman had it right. This was going to be a game that's won and lost in the midfield. The tempo is high. I like the quality of the technical ability of PDX. They're not afraid to hold the ball, find what they want. Some very special players that are very, very capable. I also love the PDX is not afraid to just go 900 miles an hour and drive the tempo right into the back line of Alliance. Alliance is a different team. They're gonna when they settle down, they're very dangerous. And both teams actually in many ways are very similar. They're playing a 4-3-3, trying to break through the lines and spring their wingers. When Alliance can get Igor Hubania forward, when they get numbers forward, they are very, very dangerous. Right now, this game I think is far from over. 1-0 to me. This game is just starting. We got a lot of football in front of us.
All right, let me tell you about a couple of our great sponsors tonight. Oregon Collision Center. Thanks to Oregon Collision Center for supporting the Oregon Open Cup for the past 2 years. They're locally owned, trained, certified professionals. They operate in Forest Grove. Thanks to Carlos and thanks to you, Oregon Collision Center. Another one of our great sponsors is Goal Soccer Bar. Goal Soccer Bar is located at 1739 Southeast Hawthorne Boulevard in Portland. You can enjoy food, sports, and drinks in a comfortable indoor or outdoor setting. They're on the corner of Southeast 18th Street in Portland. I mentioned earlier that the cars had moved over behind the goal and turned their lights on. It appears that the referee is going to clear all those cars out.
Yeah, I mean, if shining the lights on the strikers or the goalkeeper is tough. But, look, this is all unprecedented in the sense that fans want to be here. You can see they're excited to come out and support a high level of soccer locally. And they're having to sort of retreat to their cars because the referees and the state are asking, people not to congregate and be safe. And so people are, sitting in their cars and having a tailgater. And, there's going to be the odd person who turns his lights on.
If you're Coach
Babson?
Hoffman.
Coach Hoffman.
You're down 1-0. You're just one goal out of it. I mean, that's not a big deal, but I think they're very lucky to be down 1-0.
Yeah, they normally this group comes out focused, and I think they had earlier on in the tournament a little bit of a false confidence under beating teams, 4 and 5-0. Now they're playing against a very technical, experienced team that's not afraid to, as Mike Tyson say, everybody's got a great big plan until you get punched in the face.
Right.
Coach Hoffman, though, I can see him over there. He's going to settle his guys down, say, let's get back to what we do, which is build, play through the lines, get the ball into the wings, and then let's, start seeing guys making, cutting out from the wings. They need to get the ball to Tamir Zavidzi more. They need to get the ball more to Nick Ballinger. And I think he's going to settle his guys in. My prediction is for 20, 30 minutes. They just keep playing the way they are. And then at the end, he's going to have to take some risks and throw some numbers forward if the result's 1-0. Now, if you saw that last 10 minutes, they are getting behind PDX FC. They're creating chances. Not as many as PDX is on the other side.
We had one 1-0 game in the first round. We haven't had one since. So just in light of that, it might take more than one goal to win this game.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Babson and you can see him over there with his whiteboard, showing guys what he wants. But, I like that they're sitting in, they're picking the ball off of Alliance's mistakes, and then they counter with, right out to Nick Scardina, right into Alan Gaitan, and saying, go at these guys, go at these guys. Liverpool uses a very similar approach. They counter with pace. They want to be in your box within 5-6 seconds. And if that works, then, if you're Coach Babson, you stick with it. Don't make changes.
We've seen some substitutions, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that the coaches said they were going to go with players. It's very comfortable right now in this setting.
Yeah, so, normally you'll see a coach sub at the 65th minute, but with open subs, I think, what we're seeing is Coach Hoffman saying, hey, we're gonna set a really high tempo and see if we can do that for most of the game, and then bet late in the game that the subs that come through, whereas Coach Babson's saying, I'm going to stay with the guys, let them settle in, get used to the game. We're not going to sub as much, and we're going to just bet on our quality.
I want to tell you about our upcoming events here at Oregon Sports Beat. It's Northwest Futsal Derby. That is the first annual Northwest Futsal Derby. It's August the 15th in Portland. The best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington square off in an outdoor setting, and that'll crown the regional champion. For more information, you can go to www.oregonsportsbeat/NWFD.
So pregame, I was able to sit down and talk to Sanimi, who's the assistant coach, and I always love to hear their opinions on what he thought was going to, what were the keys to the game. And Sanimi, a former Rider player, D1 player from New Jersey, met his lovely wife and came out here to Northwest, fell in love, and never put the Northwest and his wife, and never left.
Good for him.
But he said, look, there's so much talent in this PDX FC. I'm going to try and settle them down and just get them to play and trust in one another. As a little different, over with OVF Alliance, I asked their coach, Brian Garay, what he thought, and he said, this is a game where we've got to just get mentally focused because we haven't played a team with this intensity and pace and technical ability. So every player's got to sort of switch on because you could make mistakes earlier on. You can't make mistakes. One bad ball, one missed tackle, and PDX is in your backyard.
Little contrast here. We're at halftime. PDX has had about 4 players out there, and they're just kicking the ball around just like they would be passing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, OVF Alliance has been in a huddle and has not left that huddle. Coach Hoffman is talking to them and has been talking the entire time.
Yeah, he and Brian Garay are trying to get these guys jazzed up, saying, hey, this game it's very early, it's far from over. This game is certainly contested. Come back out, pick up the pace and let's get stuck into these guys. We're over here, PDX FC. He's got a lot of senior players, older guys with experience. He's saying, look, we got 1-0. Let's just settle in and keep doing what we're doing and see if this result stands.
The goal was a very pretty goal. It was a shot by Jesse Garcia, went off the crossbar, came back down, and Alex Gayton knocked it in.
Yeah, I think you got to look beyond that too, Dave, as that quick counter that came from the midfield that got the ball to Nick Scardina. He beats 1-2 guys, drives in the box with his pace, cuts the nice square ball, drops the nice ball back to his teammate. Defenders miss. You see Jesse Garcia step in and smash it. It hits the post. I thought it was a goal. And then the second effort is in the sense, and the keeper, by the way, he had no chance at either one of those. Either one of those.
All right, teams headed back out. OVF Alliance in the blue jerseys with the white shorts, gold lettering. They will be to our left. They will move left to right. PDX FC, they are in the black jerseys, black shorts, white numerals. They will move from our right to our left. They lead 1-0 in the finals here of the second annual Oregon Open Cup.
So second half, what I'm seeing, Dave, is no major changes as I anticipated with PDX FC. Zach Nelson doing a good job of making some reaction saves, not giving any confidence to OVF Alliance. Where OVF Alliance it looks like they have maybe one sub where they brought back in Zavitzi's brother back up top and took off Omar. He's more of a guy that wants to play sort of 1-2s with his brother, a little more technical, whereas Omar is going to want to hold the ball up. You also see Tommy Case brought back in after having a nice rest, and so I think we got fresh legs on both teams, and we'll see what happens.
All right, that's number 10, Levan Zavidzi, for number 13, Omar Dominguez, and that's number 14, Tommy Case, back into the game. We're just about ready to go to start the second half. 1-0, the lead for PDX FC. Right below us, number 18. That is, I'm sorry,
Nick Scardina.
Nick Scardina.
Yeah. Timbers product. Tenacious player growing up. Great pace. He's played all over the spot, but it looks like they got him more in an attacking role here for PDX FC.
That's Scardina.
Yep.
Jesse Garcia right before him.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it's his sophomore year with the University of Washington.
Storlie sends it forward. Off on a wing, that's Garcia.
So Coach Babson asked Keller Storlie, said, look, I want you to bring the ball out, play what you see. If you want to drive in this space, he gives him the freedom instead of a traditional center back, which is hold the ball. He said, go ahead and take it yourself, break lines, beat players. And if you're a center back, you love to hear that because most of the time you're winning the ball, giving it to somebody else. And he's giving him the freedom to attack and come through the middle with the ball.
Just underway, second half action. Oregon Open Cup final. PDX FC won on a goal by Alex Gayton.
So the last couple matches, another player to just keep an eye out for is Carlos Reyes. He had a goal. He's very similar in the sense to Igor Hybenia. He loves to get forward, can whip a nice cross. He's a natural left footer, and he was a threat in the earlier games. I'd like to see him be a little more focused where he's getting more of the ball. In this half, we'll see what happens.
Give and go. Zavidzi sends it forward, trying to get the ball to him, can't. Storlie breaks it up.
So there you see your center back. He's going forward, right? And now he's going to try and find it, go himself.
Storlie quickly forward, still with the ball. And that goes out to be a throw-in coming up. Throw-in for OVF Alliance.
I think we might.
Reverses the field. Alliance coming forward.
So again, early in the half, both teams just trying to feel each other out, play safe. Usually you'll see in the first 5 minutes of a half, both teams want to keep possession. They don't want to do too much, not take too many risks.
Alex Segovia right below us. He wants to get forward and get the ball. Oh, there's a big collision.
So I think Daniel Saez is going to pull a card here. A little bit behind the play and just gets his first yellow. Let's hope it's not two.
First yellow card of the match, and it goes against Daniel Saez. Free kick coming up for OVF Alliance.
So again, if you look at Tamir Zavidzi's eyes, he's thinking, can I score here? And you don't score 39 goals and be a three-time college All-American unless you're hunting the net. He's not afraid to hunt, but I think he's going to bend the ball into Max Berner Hayes, number 2. Keep an eye on him. There's that bent ball, and there's Max Berner Hayes. Nope, that's not. And there's a goal. Oh, there is Max.
There is a goal.
Yeah.
On the rebound, a goal for OVF ties this up.
So it looked as if PDX just fell asleep, sort of got caught flat-footed. They watched the keeper sort of leave him in no man's land, and
let's keep the tempo up, boys.
All right, that goal coming at 49.
I think that was number 10. I think that was the sub in Zavidzi.
Levan Vizidzi.
Yeah.
Vizidzi.
Yep, he follows up nicely and off of a great save by Zach Nelson. And PDX FC caught watching. Now we got a ball game. It's,
We're back even up again, 1-1. Levan Zavidzi on the goal. Tamir Vizidzi's brother. 49-minute mark, just 4 minutes into the second half here.
So well hit ball that bends in and drops right down onto the 18, and you know, just inside. Keeper struggles to come out and get that because it's dipping like that from Tamir Zavidzi. It's a nice free kick and restarts. There's a restart, right? These are where you get goals. Do we have an injury? I think we do.
We got a player coming off.
Maybe we got torn shorts or something.
Well, we got just a chance. I want to tell you about Portland Community Football Club's annual fall fundraiser. It's called the Night of Champions, and it will all be virtual this year. The main auction kicks off on September the 19th, and they've got some surprises in store, including a special guest appearance from a former World Cup champion. Head on over to pcfc.co to learn more about that.
So Moy Diaz comes off the field. Andrew Nunes slides in his spot at the right back. Swinging and covering for Andrew at the left back is number 15 in Jose Benavides. He's going to play left back against Tamir Zavidzi. Right back is Andrew Nunes, is pushed up the field right now.
That goal tied it up for Alliance. Here comes Zavidzi forward, quickly with the ball. In front, still with the ball. Gets a kick away. Oh, just wide left.
Nice individual effort to get on the ball. Beats a player with a beautiful little chop move. Takes one more on and has it go at the back post and barely misses wide. Nice bit of individual effort. Nice big switch to find him free.
You can see why he's so dangerous. Oh, big collision. Oh.
Hey, that is no different than what you gave me yellow for.
So he takes one there on the head, and that's a head-to-head. I think you're going to see they're going to call a concussion protocol, and he's off the field.
I think that's Carlos Reyes, number 11. Is that right?
No, that is Alan Gaitan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep, Alan Gaitan, and he got his bell rung on that one. He's tough. They just both ran each other going for the ball. I don't think there was any maliciousness there out of Alliance number 8.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong roster again.
Yeah.
It is number 11, but it's Alan Gaitan.
Yeah, Nick DePoint and him just sort of ran at each other, both trying to play the ball. I'm glad to see him get up. He sort of, I think, hit heads and chests at the same time.
Big collision.
No real foul, just both two players playing really, really hard. And, you know, that's what happens when you run into a center back in the form of number 8 and Nicky DePoint. He's a big boy.
One of those players from Willamette.
Another Bearcat, you know. They have claws, last time I checked. What is a Bearcat, do you know? I don't know.
It's a cat.
It's a pretty ferocious cat, I'll tell you that right now.
The University of Cincinnati they're the Bearcats.
Is it an actual species? Or?
I think so.
Okay. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, a native Oregonian. I've never seen one. I'd like to catch one, but
they play in that Northwest Conference that Lewis and Clark plays in, and I've seen many games between Lewis and Clark and Willamette.
So there goes Keller Storlie building out the wings, not afraid to take the ball up, and look, they're catching him back. But look at Nick Ballinger track back. He is covering ground. Here's Nunes in the wing. Oh boy, that looked like cleats up. Maybe not. Yep, he got it. So he held the ball up and then went right through his shins, and they're going to result in a free kick there.
Free kick coming up.
Oh, and a yellow.
And a yellow.
Yeah, I think a yellow to number 11, Carlos Reyes, I think drew the yellow.
Here comes the corner kick.
So Jesse Garcia on the ball.
Boys, mark tight.
Let's see if Daniel Sayas can. You know, he's matched up. He's matched up against Max Burner Hayes, but let's see if he can put an impression in the game. Okay, a little different look.
Oh, that looked like a wrestling match there for a minute. Out on a wing, 2-on-1 now. PDX gets a couple of players back. In the middle, and Nelson down on his knees catches the ball.
So I'm not so certain about that set piece where you got a guy out dribbling and everybody's pressed forward, and that's what happens is you get countered like that, versus throw it into your big man, let him have a go at it, and see if you can make them make a mistake. So this game, the intensity is picking up, the tackles are picking up, the pressure's picking up.
Well, I said in the beginning this wasn't going to be a 1-0 game.
You called it, Dave. You watched a few sports, I see.
I find myself watching sports on TV that I never knew existed.
So you do 1,000 games in your free time, you watch sports.
I have a sickness.
You must have a very patient wife.
I have no wife.
That's why you got free time.
And that's the reason why.
Oh, great stuff by Jesse Garcia. There's a great ball, no one on it.
Oh,
great individual effort to get through to the byline there.
Missed opportunity for PDX. Daniel Saez.
PDX out on the wing. Here comes Nunez on the right. Good strike. Oh, boy.
Just off to the side.
Nothing wrong with that effort there.
You saw the net ripple, but it wasn't the inside of the net. It was the outside. Ballinger, number 9, right in front of us as he comes forward.
So we're just 10 minutes in, and we've already had quite a story in the first half of the game. Just 10 minutes in. So Daniel Saez is going to have to be really, really careful, because he's already on a yellow. He's playing very aggressive. In fact, I love his Cuban passion, but he's going to have to be really careful. He's going to end up being his team's going to be a man down. And Coach Babson's gambling right now, saying, look, he's a presence out there, but if he gets called playing too aggressive, he's going to be man down. And that's a big disadvantage, as you know, in soccer.
Ballinger quickly forward and sent back. Ballinger had a good run that time. Great defense in the back.
Yeah.
Ballinger has moved into the middle, and they're looking for him.
Carlos!
So Gabe Parrish, Campbell University player, even though he's playing in the midfield, he covers his outside back and tracks back on Ballinger, who's always hunting and trying to find something. Looks like we've got a sub, Dave.
Checking into the game is number 29. That's Jose Gonzalez.
Off the field, I think you've got Carlos Reyes.
Yep, exactly.
So now we're seeing Avery Whipple starting to show up. He's trying to find those lanes, play between the center backs, see if he can sneak a ball, tuck a ball in between the back line of PDX FC. I like to see him more on the ball. What I've seen with this team is when he gets more of the ball, the engine starts running.
Ballinger way more active right now. Throwing coming up for PDX.
So if you remember the last couple games, that's where he played. He played on the right side. He was very effective. I don't necessarily like him on the left.
Here comes PDX, and that ball is going to go long.
So Jose Benavides is going to have his work cut out on him, because he's going to be chasing Ballinger around the whole game. He will not stop. This is what I love about what Coach Hoffman does with these guys from Corvallis, Albany, the OVF Alliance. Is they're very focused. They believe they're in every game. They're going to win every game. They don't care. They're not from the big city. These guys have won at the high school level. Like I said, they have a lot of chemistry. They've played together a long time. And when you get a core of 6 to 8 guys together, that's what propelled the German national team to win a World Cup. They put a lot of guys together young. You can get results. You think of the great Barcelona team that played together from the youth academy level, and then they dominated for 4 or 5 years at the international club football level. Chemistry can win games, and I don't think Barcelona's been the same. Messi's obviously an amazing talent, but since you lost. The 2 guys that were standing with him grew up with him. He doesn't have the chemistry that he did.
One of my favorite teams is the German national team.
Okay.
And it's because they're so precise, so well organized.
That might be offsides. Nope. Linesman misses it.
There's a shot and a goal. OVF takes the lead on a goal.
Great through ball. 4 or 5 guys forward in the back. And the PDX team, there's no one covering in the back. Nice goal.
That coming at the 59-minute mark, and the goal was by. Did you see?
Next one, let's go!
Hey, 0-0.
It came from the left winger.
I did.
Give me just a sec.
Sub, sir. Reggie. Alan.
Checking into the game, number 23 for PDX. That is, I'm sorry, don't have that on my roster here. Maybe we'll get that, but let's see if we can find out who got that goal for OVF as they take the lead now, 2-1. All right, we're going to check with Coach Hoffman and get the score.
It looked like it was a cross that ended up in a goal.
PDX right back in.
So I think we've got an unofficial Milan's Vidic. Do you have him on your roster?
Is he talking about Zavidzi?
Just mark, just deal with it.
Levon Zavidzi's number
Levon
10.
Zavidzi, that's his second goal.
That is.
Wow. It looked like he was trying to cross the ball. Instead, it ended up tucking in the back corner.
Well, that's 2 goals for him. He got that to 59-minute mark. We have about 30 minutes left to go in the game, and OVF, who trailed 1-0 at halftime, now leads 2-1.
So credit to Coach Hoffman. He settled his guys down. So let's just keep playing. Let's just keep going at them. Let's not back down. We're in this. And now they're setting the tempo and the pace. They're getting energy and confidence.
Is that an offside call?
A handball.
Or a handball, I'm sorry.
This little bounced up. The ref got it. Linesman helped him.
Storlie with the ball.
So I'd like to see Daniel Sayas pick up the pace. He's got to start leading this group. He's the big guy in the middle. He's got to get more of the ball. Can't just stand in there. He's got to connect players.
You know, we've watched him kind of control the game, and everything goes through him in the middle, and he just hasn't been very active.
Tonight, you know, the tempo picks up, and that's the thing is you know, when you're that big, covering ground is hard. And you know, I'd like to see him be a little more available. I also think he's finding his legs. He's, you know, but we haven't heard the last of him. He's a very competitive guy. He wants to win. He's trying to get a contract down in Reno in the USL. So there he shows right there. Now he's starting to connect players again. So two goals for Zavidzi
in 14 minutes.
And he's actually coming off the bench has not started in the other games.
He did start this game.
Yes, he did start this, but the previous games he's not started.
Right.
He's come off the bench, having a heck of a night. This is the night to have it. 2-1. So what does Coach Babson do? We're still playing out of the back. He's relaxing. He's trusting his center backs. There's Nick Scardini, patient, finds the ball. There's a foul. Nick Evans does a great job of holding the ball up, nutmegging the guy on a rolling touch, keeps possession, draws the foul.
Storlie sends it towards the middle. PDX starts forward. They trail 2-1. They led at halftime 1-0, but 2 goals by Levon Zavidzi.
So Anthony Aiellas had to step in and, you know, and step right into center back and mark up the Zavidzi brothers. Not easy, not an easy task. I don't know if I think he's normally either a winger or an outside back, and having to step in and play center back is at this level, at this point in the tournament, it's not easy.
Number 27, Anthony Aiellas.
Oh, good effort. Scardini tries to beat him on the inside, just pull one off. Sooner or later, one of those drops. It could be, oh, careful, it could be a foul.
Hey, Nick, organize our back.
Coach Hoffman.
Referee calls a goal kick, not a foul. Players are looking for a foul. That's the thing about PDX is every player is capable technically of going at you, trying to beat you from the center back all the way up to the wings. So I don't like to make predictions, but I think we're going to see an equalizer at some point here.
Substitution coming in.
Zavidzi takes a break.
That's Zavidzi, Levan Zavidzi taking a break into the game, number 15, Oscar Reyes.
25.
He'll go up front and push the pace. Good win by Jose Benavides.
Taken away by PDX.
Keeps it in.
Nice job keeping the ball in.
Referee calls it.
It was out then, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I thought it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Throw in. Whipple. In front. And a whistle.
Offsides.
Offsides on Alliance.
Nick Ballinger sort of hunting, trying to find a little gap in that line. Storlie steps up the line, holds him, pulls him off.
Would you agree OVF is pressing the action right now?
Yeah, they've built a bunch of confidence. They got a goal. Their pace is picked up. The tempo's picked up. They're tackling. But here comes PDX. They're gonna go at you. They're not afraid to take you on. Great ball, and ooh, nearly an own goal. That's a corner.
Roman Gabriel dives on the ball at the corner for the save.
So that's such a dangerous ball, Dave. When a player drives it across the 6 like that, if you're, like I said earlier, you're a defender, you're really, really going to struggle to do anything with it because you can't really pass it out. You're just trying to keep it out. There's Daniel Saez. There it is. There's Daniel Saez. Beautiful goal, beautiful ball.
Saez gets the equalizer.
Wow. I told you we hadn't heard the end of him. That is why you have the big man.
People are organized in the back.
That right there is a banger.
Hey, boys,
I told you, Dave, we'd see a banger. That was a banger. Big man coming through at the top of the 6, smashes it home. Beautiful bent ball. Holy smokes, I can't wait to see that one on replay. That was beautiful. Guys, this is 2-2 on a beautiful night. What a game for a final. What a game. Gotta love it.
66 the time on that. 2-2. We had 1 goal. Now we've got 4.
What a great second half. 2 teams slugging it out, battling, finding their targets, and not giving an inch.
Saez back with the ball. There he comes forward. Those long strides let him keep control of the ball.
So here comes Ballinger on the slashing run. He's in an offsides position, but he runs that line so well.
Taken away.
So both teams stepping up saying, you got some, I got some back for you.
Storlie.
So I think this is going to come down to just from here out, you know, who wants it more, who's mentally focused, the energy, you can feel it right now. Both teams are highly focused and going at it, guys, saying every ball is going to be tested. Nunez tries to beat him on the wing and, you know, player steps in, slides, tackles him. Everything's going to be contested from here out.
Isn't it ironic? We were talking about Daniel Saez and all of a sudden he steps up and scores the goal.
Exactly. You know, and that's what I was saying earlier on set pieces. They don't need to play the ball back and square. Throw it into your big man. Let him hunt the goal. How do you stop a guy 6'5" that can jump? It's hard to do.
Whoa.
You know, that's where Max Berner Hayes has got to get inside him and lean on him, push him, but he went to that ball with intention. That ball was perfectly bent to the near post, and it's really hard to defend a guy like that. So games are won or lost by a goal, Dave. It's just a goal. And I told you he's a feisty Cuban, and we haven't seen the end of him. Let's see if he keeps his tempo.
throw in
So
for
big,
OVF.
big long throw to Max Burner Hayes. There's the two bigs fighting it out. Here comes Avery Whipple. He's going to slow it down and spread it out.
Abenya.
Tommy Case. Now, there's what you saw is when a player tries to throw the ball in, you saw three guys press the ball. That's showing commitment of everybody's engaged. You don't always want three guys. You really only want one, maybe two. But in this game, you can see that all these guys are. Oh boy, there's
In
that
front.
There's that ball.
Dangerous play that time. Ball was loose in front.
Oh, that was a tough ball by Avery Whipple. And here we go on the counter. Look at pace. Nick Scardini on the ball. He's going to drive the pace. He's going to go good touch. Nick Evans.
Back to Scardini and went just behind him.
Good idea. I think he'll want that back. I don't think he knew he was in offsides position. Nice bit of interchange and interplay. Interlapping run by Nick Scardini. Nice diagonal run by Nick Evans. Tough luck on the offsides. That was inches. Beautiful bit of skill by Nick Evans. He has talented footwork. I watched him grow up as a kid, and that guy, he can bring the ball down anywhere.
There's a whistle and a foul. Free kick coming up for OVF.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. It was a free kick by PDX.
Yep. Referee got it. Oh, there's a foul. Nope. Plays on. So this game is both teams showing a lot of hunger and intensity. Every ball is going to be contested like this, and you either want it or you don't. There's no in a cup final. There's no backing out of a challenge. Just like that, you gotta step up, and everybody's hungry.
Ballinger chased the ball that time to get a good little header up.
Great ball. Oh, Nick Evans, wish he had that one. Great individual effort by Zavidzi to hang on to that play. He actually controlled that off his head. Very hard to do. He's
still with the ball. Zavidzi, Case, cleared away.
He's 26. Great touch by Nick Evans. Oh, will that ball happen? It will. Beautiful ball by Nick Evans. Look at him joining in. Here comes a slip ball to him. Does he clean it up?
Evans,
he does.
yeah.
Wow. What a beautiful play and goal. Boy, that was all heart. What a beautiful goal. Guys, Dave, you do not get finals like this. This is back-to-back action. And what a finish. I told you, Nick Evans, you can't take your eye off him for a minute. First gets underneath his center back, plays a beautiful softball into the stride of his teammate, and then finishes it up. 3 beautiful goals.
You know, down 2-1. PDX comes right back, a goal by Daniel Saez on that great header, and then that goal by Nick Evans, who worked his way past the defender and just kicked the ball in the right corner, that coming at the 72-minute mark.
What I loved is when he played that ball off, he joined in, he hitched his trailer, his teammate, made a wonderful diagonal run, held his run on sides, and then finished first time. Beautiful finish, classic. That's what Nick Evans can do. In fact, at Warner Pacific this year is where he's headed. He's coming off an ACL. It doesn't show at all. I watched what he did in preseason. He busted his buns for the last 2-3 months. He wants to have a big senior year, bang in 15, 20 goals. And if he keeps playing like that, he's going to, because this is a very high level. And if you to score that goal like you just did, what a confidence booster before you start your college season. Former D1 player at Oral Roberts, went down there as a freshman. Decided he wanted to be back in the Pacific Northwest, and he's finishing up at Warner Pacific. They'll be happy to have him.
PDX goals by Alex Gayton, Daniel Saez, and Nick Evans.
So what a cup final. You know, some of these games are finished off a bad referee. Some games are finished off a bad touch. These are two teams in a street fight saying, what do you got? I got more.
3-2. Checking into the game for OVF, that's number 13, Omar Dominguez.
So I have watched football in Latin America. I've watched soccer in Europe in multiple countries. I've been as far as Iceland. And I will tell you, sometimes these local hometown games where there's some rivalry and some hunger, where you're not playing in front of 100,000 fans, you're playing in front of 500, 1,000 friends and family. they turn into just what you're seeing. Good old-fashioned street fights where you wish you could, have a popcorn, a hot dog, and buy a ticket,
Exactly.
Because if you did, you're getting your money's worth tonight.
Free kick coming up for OVF. They trail 3-2.
So I'm going to give us a time check. 1 second. 15 minutes to go, Dave. 15 minutes to go.
Okay.
Are you feeling this? This is exciting, huh?
It is exciting. What's interesting is we've got, in 23 minutes, we've had 4 goals.
Wow. I hope you didn't turn your TV off, because if you did, you just missed a complete shootout. This is a big ball. Nice in-swinger. Where's the keeper? Where's the keeper? He snatches it.
It was right on goal, and this keeper went up. Zach Nelson went up and caught that.
So we're building out through Andrew Nunez. He's going to try and find someone. Avery Whipple cleanly clears it. So
Ballinger's going to get called with a foul.
yeah, I mean, the referee says, okay, Scardina did get, he obstructed him. He sort of stepped in his way, didn't play the ball. The object of the game is play the ball. And now you're starting to see a little bit of frustration out of OVF Alliance. They're up, they're getting the momentum, and PDX FC steps in, punches them right back in the face. This is a great game. I don't think we're done either. I think we could.
Right.
I think we could see
This
team,
game isn't going to wind up
OVF
3-2.
Alliance, they are disciplined. They're not going to quit. Their coach is feisty. Teams play like their coach. There was a handball. The referee missed it.
I heard it. Not only could you see it, I heard it.
But look, they're going to push the lanes. That is a great through ball.
There's a ball in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Headed, and the goalie makes a save.
Dangerous ball into Omar.
Dominguez with the header.
Slips a ball right between the two center backs. Beautiful ball. That ball went through 5 players out to the wing. Right by Nunez's shoestring.
Wow, Nelson got some adrenaline. He kicked that ball almost the length of the field.
Oh, that's a big gap for Scardina. He's going to have a go.
He's going to have to swing it to the
Swings
outside.
it to Nunez. Nunez is going to whip a ball in here. Picks his target. There's his target, and good effort.
Still in front.
Evans is going to try and beat him. Keeps possession. He's going to slow it down. Let Storlie build it out through the wings.
PDX still with the ball in midfield. They send that
that's
forward.
Dangerous. That's dangerous. Great effort. Oh, he calls offsides. Offsides. Thought that might have been a foul. That would have been interesting because you're in the penalty spot, but it was I'll tell you this, Alan Gaitan, he has gotten knocked in the head. He's gotten knocked in the back. He's feisty. Great job by Scardina just to settle the game. Jesse's going to give it back to him. Now he's going to break up the wing. Showing a bit of footwork. Making that defender commit. He commits. Going to try and get a corner.
There's this play in front, and cleared, went all the way past.
Great job by Roman Gabriel. Jump off his line, come out, vacuum that up. That's not an easy save. It's a forward dive, and if you're a keeper, it's one of the hardest saves to make. You don't really know if you overcommit.
PDX leads us 3-2. We're at midfield.
Wow, Nunez plays a gutsy ball back. Nelson's going to just smash it out and say, you know what, we're winning 3-2. We got about 10 minutes to go. Let's try and keep this in the bag. Now, usually what happens here, Dave, is you'll see Coach Hoffman start telling his guys, let's push, we're down a goal, let's start. Maybe he'll throw a sub on. There's the sub. He's bringing on his goal scorer, who's got 2.
That is Levan Zavidzi.
And the coach right now is telling Igor Hybenia, get forward.
No, I'm good.
Levan Zavidzi. Vidic?
Hey guys, pull the Kai back. Omar, pull the Kai back. Handball.
So at this point in the game, when you're up 1-0, you've got to make this tell your back line, do we want to just play direct and clean it out of here? Let's just package the win. close it up, tighten a bow, and take the cup? Or do we keep going at them, keep swinging? I'm betting that PDX is going to keep swinging, whereas now you're starting to see Logan Hoffman say, you know what, we got to gamble. And he takes Igor Hybanian and throws him up and says, let's get forward, let's get more numbers. Play less. So there you see the patience of Avery Whipple. He's going to just keep his body between he and the players, find his teammates out on the wings, change the point of attack.
All right.
And here comes the counter. Here comes the counter. Great skills.
PDX with the ball. All right, 3-2 is our score. I think we're down around 10 minutes left to go. This is the championship game. There's no tomorrow, so at some point in time, OVF's got to start throwing things at the goal.
And that's what they're doing. They're making subs. You're going to start to see them attack. I think they should throw maybe a few more guys forward. If you're watching PDX, they're going to slow the game down. They're taking their times on corners and restarts. But again, watch Keller Storlie and Daniel Saez. These are their big targets. Here comes an in-swinger from Nick Evans.
Carlos Reyes is the player set to come in.
There is, fortunately, he steps up that time because right behind him was Daniel Saez. Max Burner-Hayes does a nice defensive clearance, says, not in my house.
All right, PDX falls back. Storlie at midfield. Signs in front of him. Throw in coming up.
What an exciting game, Dave. We're getting our money's worth.
PDX with the ball. And cleared away.
Here comes Levon Zavidzi. He's looking for a big switch, and Max Burner-Hayes over the top. What a ball.
Ballinger out there, and Nelson comes out, jumps up, and gets the ball. Ballinger was on a run.
So that's where direct play like this, you can't build at this point with 5-10 minutes to go. You got to start pumping the ball deep and start making them make mistakes. Great ball by Jesse Garcia. Scardini's trying to isolate him, see if he can get some help. Beats him on the corner. Showing a bit of individual talent. Little chip.
Nice stop that time.
Great read by the defender.
Anthony Ayala, that was 27, who made the great read and the stop.
Yeah, just stays in the lane, lets Keller Storlie cover Zavidzi. He stays in the lane and just cleans up the ball.
Carlos Reyes checks in.
He was a threat early on in the tournament. He's going to have to get forward. You're going to have to see many players get forward at this point. So Nick Evans is just going to stand on it over there. He's going to hold it in the corner flag and say, give me a corner kick, just like that. Smart play, crafty player. His dad was a crafty player. I played with him. He's a crafty player.
Right, corner kick coming up. PDX with the corner kick.
So if you notice, PDX is going to sit a triangle around Zavidzi. They got three guys home saying, we're going to front you, back you. And
the short kick inbounds.
Oh, good idea.
Cleared away.
Great individual skill. Keller Storlie making a run to the near post. Just misses him on the pass, but great run by Nick Evans. Nice little crafty short corner. That's the thing about this PDX team is they have a lot of individuals that all can do their job well.
Timur Zavidzi is back at midfield, and he's got three players right around him, just like you said.
So there was a bit of just individual juggling and talent, beating the ball, pulling the ball, dragging it through three players to lay a softball. This Jesse Garcia, I didn't really know him, but as the tournament's gone on, he's really an unsung hero. He does a lot on the field.
PDX with the ball and the lead at 3-2. Ball loose inside. Daniel Saez with the ball. Sends it forward.
Good effort by Scardina. He's not afraid to take a guy on. He's trying to hunt the goal. That's what you want out of your forwards. You want him to take a guy on now. Sooner or later, he's going to beat a guy. He's going to get a deflection. He's going to score. he had amazing pace when I watched him in the Timbers Academy. He was always had just a step on other kids.
Roman Gabriel with the kick from the goal. Cross midfield.
Oh, great job by Max Berner Hayes saying, not in my house.
And they clear that one away. It'll go out to be a throw-in coming up for OVF.
Yep. Hayes not going to mess around. We're up 1-0. Let's just send it into the grandstands and see if we can kill some clock.
Well, we're not up 1-0. We're ahead by 1. It's 3-2.
Correct. You're up by 1. I'm just.
Steve is so
I'm getting punch struck. There's been so many good goals here.
There's a hard shot.
Oh, wow.
Just
wow.
wide.
Deflection. So Storlie tries to push the big man, Max Berner Hayes, out of that, and the ball drops down to his teammates.
Corner kick coming up.
This could be dangerous.
OVF on the corner kick.
Not a ton of time left. This is where everybody's got to battle.
Low kick.
Oh, wow.
Knuckleball.
Not anywhere but there. Clear that ball wide. Good touch by Nick Evans. Scardina just plays smart.
Ball sent forward. Gabriel moved up. He was going to try to get the ball forward. Time is a factor now.
So this is where Whipple's got to start throwing the ball forward. He can't keep going back.
Which is exactly what he does. He throws the ball back to Gabriel again.
And if you look at the back line, there's about 9 guys standing up there. Storlie, a great big win there. Well up against Nick Ballinger.
PDX has about 9 men back. There's a ball off on the side, and Nelson picks that out just before OVF had a player at that corner.
So you see they're throwing Max Berner Hayes forward more. They're trying to force the ball down the throat of PDX. Zach Nelson does a great job of coming out and scooping it up, saying, I'm playing off my line where I need to be. Well done by Daniel Saez.
Saez sends the ball forward.
Good individual skill. Go on, Nick Evans. Can he have a shot?
Evans dishes it off on the side. A player on the corner in front, and Roman Gabriel makes the save.
Scardina tries to sneak one in the back door. Good idea. Has a look at it. Keeper has the angle.
Roman, don't let it get organized.
Keller Storlie does a great job just keeping his position. This could be trouble.
Zavidzi
stepping in. Big tackles here. You got to be strong.
PDX with the ball. They have a player out on the left wing. Free kick coming up for PDX.
So Logan Hoffman's trying to bring on Igor Zabenia, who's going to push the tempo and pace.
Igor Habenya right down below us, getting ready to check in the game.
Nick Evans is just killing the clock. Andrew Nunez is playing. Look at the little touches in 1-2. Beautiful football over there. These guys are getting more confident as the match goes on. Nunez is not afraid to take a guy on. This is what he normally does. He sits out on the wing and he tries to pick your pocket 1v1. Go through your legs, go around your legs. That's his job. He plays down at Oral Roberts as an outside right winger. I wouldn't be surprised. He's actually a pretty darn good goal scorer. He hunts the goal. They might put him this year up in the 9. We'll see what happens. Tommy Case coming off for Igor Hybania. Nice tournament for Tommy Case. Worked his buns off.
OVF, they trail 3-2 with the ball.
Here's your goal scorer.
And
well done. Double effort there. Wins 2 balls.
PDX had 9 defenders back that time.
So Gabe Parrish wins 2 balls there. Keller Storlie steps up and says, not today. The referee calls it. He presses the ball. Oh, that's trouble. Oh, boy. Oh, keeper makes a save. So this is coming down to wire, just down to the wire. There's not much time left. Both teams starting to show they're tired. A lot of adrenaline. Fair play to OVF. They're trying to punch back. There's Avery Whipple pushing the line.
All right, the ball is forward. And there's a shot. It's
Wow,
wide right.
Wow.
Gabriel was Nelson was hunched
Referee,
down.
does the referee call a penalty there? No, he doesn't call a penalty, does he? Does he call it corner? Calls a corner.
Ah, there it is. He signals it's a corner kick. Going
It's
to
a
be
corner.
for OVF.
It looked more like a goal kick. It is a goal kick.
Ah, it is.
So it looked like a 50-50 challenge. Great through ball. Center back and Storlie goes over, makes the last-ditch effort, plays the ball.
Zach Nelson with the goal kick.
Not a lot of time. OVF has got to get the ball into the mixer. They got to throw it forward. There's Igor Habenia hustling, scrapping.
Nice play, sent forward.
Oh, beautiful ball. Beautiful ball. They isolate Nick Evans in the wing. Oh, but unlucky. Jose Benavides plays a nice through ball. There's Daniel Saez working hard. Everybody's pressing.
Dominguez doing a great job defensively down there.
Absolutely.
Garcia clears that ball away.
This is what you're going to see every ball this last minute or two is just going to be contested. They're going to give them nothing. And if you're OVF, you've got to win the ball and get it in the mixer. Here comes Nick Ballinger. He's a guy that you do want the ball on that late in the game. Nick Scardini helps back. And he gets hammered by Zavidzi.
All right. Down on the pitch.
I think he's all right. He gets he goes and wins the ball, and frustrated Zavidzi steps in and tries to poke it off him. He's going to take his time getting up. He's just a tough kid. What he's trying to do is just kill a little bit of the clock.
Nelson with the goal kick coming up. Zach Nelson.
Can't be much. We're showing unofficially. This could be close to a referee's checking his clock. I would say there's 30 seconds max. He's going to let this ball play.
Jesse Garcia sends it forward. There's a shot. Cleared away.
Great energy by Jesse Garcia. Plays the ball. He follows it. He helps out Gaitan. Gaitan tries to create a shot for himself and beat the back, the left back on the dribble. Doesn't have success, but Gaitan's there to help him out. So we're really getting down to the last few seconds here. We're running on fumes. PDX is up 3. OVF Alliance, who's played an amazing game, up 2. Nick Evans is on the ball, holding it up. He's going to take it to the corner. Just try and kill some clock. You've got to throw in to PDX FC. They're going to take their time on this throw.
What we're trying to work out here, so there can't be much time. If PDX wins this game, we're going to hope we get 2 people for an interview. We're going to hope to get Coach Babson, and we just consulted with our producer. We're talking maybe the MVP, Nick Evans.
Yeah, I think, to do all the dirty work is just hold the ball up but still score goals. Heads up, ball coming in.
Not only score a goal, score the game winner.
So we finished the cup there. That is it. PDX FC takes it. Well deserved.
All right. It was 1-0 PDX FC at the end of 1. 2 goals for each team in the second half of the 3-2 final. Let me give you the goal scores. It started in the first half. Alex Gayton with a goal at the 44-minute mark made it 1-0 PDX. Then, as soon as the second half started, OVF got it under control, a goal at the 49-minute mark and the 59-minute mark. Both of those we show Levan Zavidzi. Then the final 2 goals of the game go to PDX at the 66-minute mark, Daniel Saez, and at the 72 mark, the winner, the game winner, Nick Evans.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can get Nick up here, and we'll see if we can get Coach Babson up here and talk to them. While we got a chance, I want to thank our game sponsor, and that is Oregon Collision Center. Thanks to Oregon Collision Center for supporting the Oregon Open Cup for the past 2 years. They're locally owned. They're trained, certified professionals operating in Forest Grove. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Oregon Collision Center. All right, our producer just went down to do that. Steve, your thoughts about the play in a very exciting game. 1 first half goal, 4 second half goals make this a game. When we started, I didn't think this was going to be a 5-goal game. 3-2 win though for PDX.
Yeah, you always want goals in a final. You want good goals. We saw both of those. We saw two teams slug it out, very evenly matched. That game could have gone either way. Both teams were breaking each other down and showing a lot of heart. The PDX ended up having a massive goal out of Daniel Saez, but an even bigger game changer in Nick Evans.
All right, the referees just left the field. All right, let me move over here in between us. You can stand over here. We have with us Nick Evans. And Nick, we want to congratulate you. We've named you the most valuable player of this game and of the tournament. Big goal, the game winner tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm happy right now. We worked real hard these last 2 games especially, and our defense, our midfield, everybody moved the ball well, and it just came to me in the end off the work we've done. So
let's talk about the pace of this game for a while. You're up 1-0 at halftime. Yeah. You come out, and in the first 15 minutes of the second half, 2 goals for OVF to take a 2-1 lead. But in the stretch there after that, you get 2 more goals yourself in about 15 minutes, one by Daniel Saez, and then you with the game winner at the 72-minute mark. It got really rugged there at the end.
Yeah, I think especially we were just willing to fight for it, and I don't know, I was out for a little bit, took a little break. I was watching maybe the movements I could have done when I came back in, and I saw how I could impact the game and how we could kind of change it up. And we did it in that last 15, and that's why we pulled it out today.
So, Nick, a lot of wrestling with their center backs tonight, and just wrapping yourself like a boa constrictor and connecting players. That's part of why we chose you, is you did a lot of the dirty work, and you scored a big goal. Yeah. Talk us through that last goal where you sort of hitched yourself to your teammates. Talk us through that last goal. Yeah, so I finally got off the defender on that first ball and was able to find Nick on the wing. Yeah. And then I was able to get some space and move off him, and that's when I found that opening on the left side and put it in the side netting. So, I was happy I finally found some movement off of them, and they were pretty tight all game and worked very hard to keep me in that compact space. So all I needed to do was kind of get off them a little bit and find the ball and move it myself. So that match, having watched you train all preseason, get yourself back to strength, your legs, your fitness, and obviously your finishing on that touch. You excited about the season this year, Warner? You must feel good and confident. I'm
very excited. I want to make a big impact wherever I am. So I want to leave a big name guy in that league, and I want to score 20. I want to impact that conference. So I'm excited.
So with this group, last question, just with this group, any guys out there that notable that we should also, I mean, obviously the team takes the cup. Yeah, man, I think everybody out there is an excellent player. So I think everybody should keep an eye on everybody. Our midfield moved the ball great. Our defense was locked down the whole time. I mean, Keller played great, kept it strong back there, won every header. Nick Scardina is a dangerous winger. I mean, we had countless numbers that were dangerous, so I could name everybody.
Can't forget your goalie, Zach Nelson.
He played excellent, too, everybody. Excellent.
Well, congratulations. This is the 2nd annual Oregon Open Cup, and you are the MVP.
Thank you.
Well done, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're going to bring Coach Babson in. Put your headset on there. There we go. Congratulations on being the head coach of the winning team from the 2nd annual Oregon Open Cup. Coach Babson, tell us a little bit about your thoughts about the game.
It's great to get the result. It was a really hard-fought game. Got a little intense there towards the end. All the credit in the world to our boys for responding really well when we, got down a goal in the second half and, showed a lot of character and pulled out a couple goals to get the win, so it was huge.
How'd you feel there? You were up 1-0 at halftime, kind of feeling maybe a little bit good, and then give up 2 goals in the first 15 minutes to go behind.
Yeah, it's a really strong Oregon Valley team, and they came out firing and were able to get two goals against us and grab the lead for a period of time. But again, our guys were super resilient and responded really well, and got to love a few of those moments that we had to get that second and third goal to secure the win.
You had to feel good getting Daniel Saez forward and getting that goal for the equalizer. He got up there and headed that one right in.
Yeah, he's a big target when he can get up there on those set pieces, and so we look for him. And if we can kind of put it in his area, there's a good chance that he's gonna win that ball and put it on frame a lot of the time. So he's a great player out there for us.
So just a quick question, Coach. It seemed as if OVF had their way with every other team. You seemed to lock them down tonight, held them to just it's a couple well-deserved goals, but you want to talk us through? Zach Nelson had a great performance. Your back line, anything?
Yeah, Zach Nelson had a great tournament overall.
Yep.
Was very difficult to break down. Had a number of really good individual moments and saves that kept us clean sheets in the first 2 rounds, and again had some big moments today. I thought our back four was really organized, difficult to break down, and credit to our midfielders as well who worked really hard, and then you even saw our number 9 and our wingers up there pressing and working hard. So it was a full team effort defensively to get the result today.
Last question, PDX FC, exciting future. You've got this cup. Where do you go next? What are you trying to do?
So for next, we're gearing up to compete for the U.S. Open Cup qualification here in the fall. So we've got a really good group of players that are going to continue to train for that coming up here, and see what kind of impact we can make for that tournament. And then next year we'll get back to our regular league schedule with the NPSL.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Coach, and congratulations. You are the winning coach in the 2nd annual Oregon Cup. You joined distinctive company. Coach Sergio Medel won it last year.
That's good company to be in.
That is. All right, thank you for joining us, and good luck in the future.
Thank you so much, guys.
Congrats, Coach.
All right, Steve, final thoughts about this game, this tournament.
So, this game was the absolute crescendo of what you want. You can hear the players cheering down there. It's a game where both teams came out, fought hard. You had beautiful goals. You had lots of drama, ups and downs, changes in leads. 2 teams that both deserve to be here, and you got a great result. If I'm sitting at home in my recliner, I'm out of my recliner, standing up, cheering all these goals. Some beautiful goals by both groups.
Right, this has been the 2nd annual Oregon Open Cup. I want to remind you, coming up, we have the Northwest Futsal Derby. That will be the 1st annual Northwest Futsal Derby, August the 15th in Portland, and it's the best futsal teams in Oregon and Washington. They'll square off in an outdoor setting to crown the regional champion. For more info, go to www.oregonsportsbeat/NWFD, Northwest Futsal Derby. All right, thanks for joining us all season, all tournament long. I want to thank our crew. Jim Thompson is our director, been on the camera. Alpha Myers is our audio director and been on the camera too. Our executive producer, Ryan Johnson. My broadcast partner, Steve Storlie. Steve, fun working with you. We look forward to seeing you again.
So, Dave, I want to say this, that 1,000 games, a lot of service to sport. Thank you for helping me figure out this. I love the sport, but I'm learning about this art and science, and I really appreciate the mentorship and the time that you put into all these kids.
Well,
our sound guys, you're sitting out here in the heat staring into the sun, and our producers, great job. What a great tournament, and what a great opportunity for Oregon to see our local talent.
All right, this has been a production of Oregon Sports Beat. Our executive producer, Ryan Johnson. I'm Dave Hall. We are at the Capital City Sports Complex. Our final score and the champion of the 2nd annual Oregon Open Cup is PDX FC. And thanks for joining us for the tournament. Good night, everybody.